and welcome back to another video. Today here again on the Crew Motorfest, which you may have noticed has a great car list with several new additions, including the introduction of Toyota. But did you notice there were also several quite important omissions from the list compared to the Crew 2? A large proportion of the missing vehicles are from manufacturers that are part of the Stellantis group, with Abarth, Alfa Romeo and Lancia all being absent from the game at the time of launch. Now, a few games have had licensing issues with Stellantis vehicles in the last couple of years, but I kind of thought this was all changing as of late, so I find it strange that they are still missing here. I guess when they were obtaining licenses for this game, they weren't able to renew those ones from the Crew 2. Stellantis were of course also missing from Forza Horizon 5 until recently, but in the Italian automotive update recently, they were able to reobtain the licenses for those, and so many Abarth, Alfa Romeo and Lancia cars returned to that game very recently, so it is a little bit odd that they're not in here. Just like that game though, Motorfest has been able to add brands like Maserati and Jeep, which are, or at least were, still part of Stellantis until recently, so it seems it's specifically the three mentioned that are particularly difficult to license recently. Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown also had some Stellantis cars in their recent newsletter and trailer, confirming that they will be in that game as well, focusing on an Italian dealership, which of course had Abarth, Alfa Romeo and Lancia present in it, including the beautiful Alfa Romeo 8C and 8C Spider, of course. So, with these two games managing to license and include Stellantis cars, and Gran Turismo also adding the new-ish Alfa Romeo GT-AM not all that long ago, I do still find it very odd that none of these brands are in Motorfest at launch. Let's just hope, just like in Forza, that they are able to reacquire these licenses and get these vehicles back into the game at a later date. It's not just cars that are missing though, but bike brand MV Augusta and plane brand Extreme Air are also absent from Motorfest at launch, most likely due to licensing. They did also take a whole ton of airplanes out that aren't in that one plane category that has remained, which I suppose kind of makes sense. They're kind of going more back into the direction of cars and probably slowly moving away from the other vehicles, it seems. Things like the Gator Rush expansion, hovercrafts aren't in here either. So yeah, everything that isn't cars seems to be thinning slightly. There are also some cars that are not just missing from Motorfest, but were also never added to the Crew 2. Several from the original title in the series that never made their way forward from that first game. For example, the Dodge Ram SRT10, which would fit perfectly alongside the Ford Raptor, especially given the modifications that you can do to the Ford Raptor in the Crew, making it absolutely insane. So having a rival to that would be absolutely brilliant. The Roof RT35 is also missing, and the Subaru BRZ seems like quite a popular little sports car to have left out of the latest game as well. It's not all bad news though. Just like I said at the start, Toyota have finally been added to the series, seeing additions of icons like the A80 Supra and some more off-road focused vehicles like the Tacoma truck, as well as of course the BMW Z4 Coupe. Personally, I'm not too excited by Toyotas, but it is an important brand to have in all racing games, nevertheless. It just seems like now that the Toyota issues, which were kind of across all games, have ended, it seems like Stellantis have decided they want to be difficult. So let's hope this all comes to an end soon and this licensing nonsense stops. We just want all of the cars in all of the games. It's not that difficult. So yes, I am unsure why they don't have certain brands in there, but I'm pretty sure it'll have something to do with not being able to require a license. I find it particularly odd though that Stellantis aren't in there, as they do seem to be in an increasing number of games again recently, but nevertheless, it's obviously not been possible. I think they must have just been licensing vehicles for this game long enough ago that they weren't able to obtain that license back then, because it's only been very, very recently that they're adding them back into games. But that does mean that there is hope that they will come back soon. Licensing is always just a lot more complicated than it should be. It never used to be in the old days, apart from EA having the exclusive Porsche rights for as long as I could remember. But yeah, since that, it seemed to be not a problem until the whole Toyota thing and now the Stellantis thing. But yeah, hopefully that's all being resolved, as we are seeing Stellantis models in an increasing number of games, as we're seeing Toyota return as well. Either way, I really hope that those brands return soon. For the moment though, at least we still have around 600 vehicles in this game at launch, including the addition of Toyota, which has previously been absent from both of the Crew games that we had before. For now though, that is going to be all, so thank you very much for watching, and I will be back with the next one very soon.